We're going to do something easy for you to make today, especially your bird lovers out there. Okay, this is a Bluebird box. Very popular. A lot of people make them. A lot of people sell them. I would like to make them myself. What we're doing is to give them out so we can put them different places. They're really nice to do something for wildlife, give back a little bit. Simple design, very easy. Okay. Got a little opening here so you can clean out them boxes once in a while. Get in there and get the old stuff out. Simple. Now, I made this box out of cedar. You can make it out of plywood. I think you can make them out of plywood if you get some exterior plywood. It might be a little bit, I don't know if it would be stronger than or last longer outside than regular pine wood, but really don't make them out of any kind of cedar, not any kind of cedar, but any kind of treated wood, because that's not really good for your wildlife. So cedar would be the best if you can pick up the cedar where you're at, or some kind of exterior wood that would last outside. Now I know you could paint these a light color. I don't know, I mean, I really don't like doing that. I like to leave it woodsy look, you know, where, you know, being cedar probably would be my recommended the best. But I don't know about staining. I think they do stain them, but try to get something that's you know, it's not so toxic for the animals. Right here's what we got, and I think it came out to 1 8-foot long, 5.5 inch board. Now, of course, when you buy your lumber, you don't know what size it comes in anymore. The 8 foot might have been 8 foot. I probably should have measured out, but I know it's not 5.5 inches wide. It's off about 1/16 of an inch. So if you run into that trouble like I did, you're going to have to cut down the door. You're going to have to cut this piece down just a 1/16 of an inch shy than what the measurements I'm going to give you now. So the first board we're going to need is this one here. This is the backing. This is where your box is going to be set. So we're going 13 7/8 long and 5.5 inches wide. So you're going to need one of those. Okay. Then our next board, where we're going to get ready to put on here, you got two of them here. Okay, these are going to be the two sides. See how they're angled like that? And you want 9.5 inches. So you need 9.5 inches long. Cut two of those first. Get those cut. Okay, and then once you get those cut, come back to this, you know, and then measure the opposite side, this side here. Measure up 8.5 inches and put your mark on it. Okay. Now, you can cut probably both of those boards at the same time if you like, so they'll be the same. Cut 8.5 inches up here, put a mark, and then cut right to the tip of it, and then cut down to that 8.5 inch mark, and that will give you that angle right there. But you can do both of them at the same time, so both cuts will be the same. All right, they recommend you to measure up, and I think it came out to 1/4 inch from the bottom. They recommend you 1/4 inch from the bottom. I went up a little further. I went up to 3/4 inch, and I put a hole back here, and I put a hole here. So I'm gonna post them will be up like this, and then I'm gonna put a screw and a screw in it to a post. Okay. So you can still do that if you like. Measure up from the bottom. They say a quarter of an inch is just very, very, very shy. 1/4 inch will be clear down here like this. You can see here. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going up a 3/4 of an inch. That's what I'm going to do. Because I want just a little bit, and I don't see any harm in it. I'm going to go up a little bit to make sure that I can pre-drill something down here. And then now that's going to start my 9.5 inches first, like this. And I'm going to bring it down to the line there. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side here. Bring it down to the line, to 9.5 inches on the back. So let me flip this box over. It's over here. A little mark here on the side. Okay. Give me a flat enough surface here. Alright, now the glue I always use, it is good for butcher blocks, so it's not really real toxic. Let's start on this one side. Now I am using staples. That you can use nails. If you have nails, I mean, that's how they put them together. Most people put them together. They put them together with nails. We're just going to put them together with staples. I do like the staples. I mean, if you ever tore a pallet apart, a crate or pallet, you know how hard those things to get out. I know they're probably a lot bigger. Some of them are. And I'm using an 1.5 inch staple, so it's really going down into the wood a good ways. Let's get that thing lined up there. Oh, it slid on me a little bit. That glue's a little slippery. Try to make these and enjoy doing it with your family. It's really nice. It's an excellent project. Kids love it. They think it's, you know, they let them do something that it's good for the environment, good for the birds. Okay, now the bottom board, it is 4 5/8 this way, and then you got one cut 4 5/8, and the other cut is 3 7/8. Okay, but like I said, I did have to cut this down because my backboard is not 5.5 inches. This is one of the boards I made it 1/4 inch shorter because I lost a 1/4 inch on this bottom board. But that's okay. That 1/4 inch is not going to be a big deal. I'm for sure that bird's not going to know that. So we're going to get ours squeezed in here. Now they do cut. I forgot to explain to you. They just cut little angles off the side for some reason. I guess maybe more air or something inside of it for below. That's what they recommend. So we're just doing what they tell you to do. You know how they recommend it. I probably don't need too much glue in this bottom. Slide it in like this. Now we'll like I said, I'm just putting some in, trying to get it done so you guys can see what's going on here. And then the roof. Now I put the door in first before I put the roof in. The reason I did that is because I like to see how the hinge part works on it. And it was a lot easier to do it this way, to kind of use the clamp here to hold this door in place. Why I countersink the sides. I'm going to countersink the two insides, or not the inside but the sides. Come on. There. I use a countersink bit. So let me go ahead and pre-drill a couple holes now. If you would like, just make them so that can flip up. I would go something like maybe 1.25 inches, or about 1.25 inches down on both sides. So if I did a mark up here about 1.25 inches, I would put my pre-drill set about right here. And the same thing on this side. This side's going to be a little tougher because I have a knot on this other side. So let me go ahead and drill this. And then one more here, just mark out your center. You don't have to really countersink that one if you don't want to. So, now, just a couple screws. Now the screws I'm using are an inch, I think they're an inch and a quarter, I think. No, inch and 3/4. So, but you can, I mean, it's as long as they go, you know, through it. So inch and I would say that probably about the best one. If you want to go inch and a half, you probably can. This is inch and 3/4. Go all the way in, then bring it back a little bit. Same as this side. So when you screw it all the way in, just bring it back just a little bit once you get it all the way in. Not to be too far back, just enough you can kind of get it to do this. It's a little squeaky there. I'll loosen this side a little bit. Okay, and then this one here in the center is to lock it down, and also use it for a little handle. These birds don't have a perch, so there's no perch on these bird boxes. So you just kind of go like this, and then you have your you know, screwdriver to go ahead and tighten this back up when you use when you get ready to put it out, just like that. Okay, let's get this off of there. And then the last thing you need to do is just stick the top on. Now, the top is, let's see if I got it. The top is 7 inches, so it's 7 inches long, 5.5 inches wide. Now, what they did, they cut this on a 10-degree angle. So when you put it on your miter saw, you know, just stick it up there and put it on a 10-degree angle, and that's how they got this here, like this. All right. They do like, the birds do like it dark in there, I guess. There is a little gap at the top here, so you can turn it. Plus, I think it gives a little bit of air or something in there. That's just the way they designed it. So let's put some glue on this one. Some here. Okay. And then just stick that up on top of there like that, the best you can. I put a couple in my back here, in the back part of it. And then I'm going to go through and staple some of these. And then another one or so in this bottom here. Okay. Now, you know, the little house has come out pretty decent. Now, it's really nice doing this kind of stuff, especially when you give back a little bit to the wildlife. And kids like it too. I mean, it's a great project to build bird boxes, bird feeders, especially for the spring come up, because when you have your whole family doing things like this, it's really, really nice to have a family actually to do that. You know, if you have one that does it. If you're like birds, this is a nice little project. We're going to do some other ones here pretty soon. I think we got some bird feeders we've been looking at, and maybe a couple different boxes. We'll see what happens. So, okay, simple little box. It's called a Bluebird box, and I hope you guys make it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And that like button really helps the channel out a lot. So you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.